Welcome to Brainstorm. I'm your host, Alexis Condata, and beside me, I have our other host, Alexis Cochran.
This is our very own after show of Eye of the Storm. On this episode, we'll be showing our favorite clips of Eye of the Storm.
We will also be interviewing Johnny Chatham and Jacob McClellan on their year in ComTech.
You know what, Alexis? I've really enjoyed doing this show this year.
Yeah, I agree. It's been a really good year. But with our equipment being late, it was a little bit difficult, but I think we pulled through.
I agree. We've also made some good friends in this course and made some good memories. Like doing Reno and Vanier Thoughts, those were some of my favorite things to film. What about you?
I think I agree with you on Vanier Thoughts. I feel like our approach on it this year was really unique, and I had a lot of fun with it. Speaking of all these memories, how about we take a look at that compilation we did? I think that sums up our course pretty well.
Report. Uniforms are an integral part of the Jean Vanier school system, but there are some problems which make it so that the students want to wear the uniform less than they want to wear a Montreal Canadiens jersey. We understand we aren't getting rid of the uniform anytime soon, but at least they can make some changes so that we feel better about wearing it. First of all, there's the price. The uniform is too expensive. We are paying $50 for a pair of pants, while I can go to almost any clothing store and get the same style and quality of pant for half the price. We're also paying $73 for the rugby sweater. Paying $73 for something to wear once or twice a week? That's like paying $400 for tickets to go watch the Leafs lose. If we're paying this much, we should be expecting a good fit. Our men's dress shirt has a boxy fit. For some students, it's fine. For others, it looks like they don't know how to buy their own clothes. There's the same problem with the women's pants as well. A slimmer option for both the men's dress shirt and women's pants would be beneficial to many students. Our school also has a policy which states we cannot wear shorts between Thanksgiving and May 1st. If we have a day that's 18 degrees in December, we should be allowed to wear shorts. We're high school students. We can be responsible for ourselves. The students do not have a problem with having to wear the uniform. It's just that if they can make the students proud to wear it, it would be better for everyone.
It's really nice taking a look at what Vanier has done for Eye of the Storm in the past years. So today we have Jacob McClellan here, and he's going to talk about his year in ComTech. Welcome, Jacob.
Thanks.
What was your favorite project you worked on this year?
Well, of the two projects that we did this semester, my favorite one would probably be Eye of the Storm. It was really cool to be a part of something that big, and to do it and work through it and all that stuff. And I also mainly enjoyed working on Vanier Thoughts, which is where we'd go around the school and interview stuff. It was cool because we showed the people like an interview, an impersonation that someone did of a teacher, and then we went around and showed them that, and it was really cool. Laughs were had and stuff.
Would you say that was your favorite memory, or do you have a different favorite memory from the
Probably,
course?
yeah. I'd say that was definitely my favorite part of this semester.
You've learned a lot this year, I think. Do you think you would use any of the stuff you learned this past year in your future?
Yeah, I think I would. I've taken this course every year so far, and I've learned a lot about like Microsoft things and Adobe and like their master collection and filming and all that stuff. And I definitely learned a lot, and I feel like that's probably going to help me later on if I decide to pursue those careers later on.
Do you think you'll miss Mr. Teepold?
Well, I mean, I've had Mr. Teepold every year so far that I've been at Jean Vanier Catholic High School, and I mean I've had him 5 times, once in grade 9, twice in grade 10, and twice in grade 11, which is this one, and
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah, I mean I'm not gonna willingly put myself with a teacher I don't like 3 years straight, right? So I think definitely, and he's been at the school for 20, 30 years. I think he's definitely going to be missed, and he probably numbers as one of my favorite teachers at the school.
You have a favorite memory of Mr. Teepold?
Yeah, last year in grade 10, in the old ComTech room, there was, so I was seated. There were 2 rows of desks. There was one here, then there was an emergency exit, and I was seated right directly adjacent to the emergency exit, and I raised my hand to call him over, and it was some stupid question. Like I should have known the answer. I probably did. I just wanted confirmation. So I raised my hand. He comes over. I ask him it. So he turns to the emergency exit and then just like opens the door and just screams out of it, and then turns around and then answers my question and then walks away. Oh, I was dying. It was very funny.
Yeah.
And definitely my favorite moment of Mr. Teeple.
That's awesome. He's a pretty comical guy.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for being here today, Jacob. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
So, as you know, Vanya's went through some,
Aiden sucks.
Let's roll the footage of Jacob doing his Teeple impersonation.
This year on Vanity Thoughts, we decided to do something a bit different. Instead of the traditional ask a question and get people to answer, we did 4 impersonations of 4 of our well-known teachers. Mr. Martell, Mr. Teeple, Mr. Wisbicki, and Mr. Godden. We asked some students to guess who they are, and let's go see the reactions.
All right, so I'm not going to keep you guys too long because, you know, cheer up. It's almost the weekend. And, hey, Liam, quit your talking there. Take that Halloween mask off. You're scaring Michael. Oh, don't make me come over there, Liam. It'll get ugly. Oh, too late. Be 2 hits. Me hitting you, you hitting the floor. Take you out behind the woodshed. Give you a poke in the eye with a sharp stick.
Okay.
All right, so I'm not going to keep you guys too long because, you know, cheer up. It's almost the weekend. And
I don't know his name, but like I know
hey,
what you're
Liam,
talking
what you're
about.
talking
Like
there.
I know
Take
it's
that Halloween mask off.
yeah,
You're
he's
scaring
like
Michael.
really
Mr.
over here.
Mar-
Mr. Martell.
That's
Yeah,
Mr. Martell?
yeah, I got that.
Be 2 hits. Me hitting
Oh,
you, hitting
you
the
can tell
floor.
by his
Take you out
tie,
behind
'cause
the
he's always
woodshed.
wearing a
Give you
suit and
poke in
tie
the eye
all
with a
the
sharp
time.
stick. All right, so I'm not going to keep you guys too
Mr.
long
Godden.
because, you know, cheer up. It's almost the weekend.
Oh,
and,
Mr. Martell.
Hey, Liam, quit your talking there. Take that Halloween mask off. You're scaring Michael. Oh, don't make me come over there, Liam. It'll get ugly. Oh, too late. Be 2 hits. Me hitting you, you hitting the floor. Take you out behind the woodshed. Give you a poke in the eye with a sharp stick.
Were they talking about me when they said you're scaring Michael?
All right, so I'm not going to keep you guys too long because, you know, cheer up. It's almost the weekend. And
Oh, that's too easy. Do you want to right
hey,
off the
Liam,
bat?
quit your
That's
talking there.
his royal
Take that Halloween
purpleness
mask off.
himself.
You're
That'd be
scaring
Mr.
Michael.
Martell.
Oh, don't make me come over there, Liam.
Without
It'll get
doubt.
ugly. Oh, too late.
Okay, so I got a story for you guys today. It's about 2 skunks named In and Out. When in was in, out was out, and when out was in was out. One day, when in was out and out was in, the mother skunk asked out to go out and find in. So out went to go find in and brought in. And when out got in with in, the mother skunk asked, "How'd you find in?" And he replied, "In stink." Okay, so I got a story for you guys today. It's about 2 skunks named In and Out. When in was in, out was out, and when out was in was out. One day,
Godden?
when
I don't
in was
know.
out and out
Yeah,
was in, the mother
okay.
skunk asked out to go out.
I've
and
never
find
even
in.
had him, and I just like
So out went to go
can tell,
find
I
in
feel.
and brought in. And when out got in with in, the mother skunk asked, "How'd you find in?" And he replied, "In stink."
that was really nice. So our second guest today is John Chatham. How are you today, John?
Oh, I am doing absolutely fabulous. Thank you, Alexis.
So what was it like taking tech during this year?
It was interesting. A lot of stress with equipment coming in late, but in all, I think it was a great course. Definitely would take it again. Recommend anyone younger taking it. Just take this course. It's a ton of fun. And yeah, in all, I learned a lot. So yeah, it's a great course.
What were some of the things you learned?
Well, a lot about cameras because I filmed a lot, and I didn't do much for editing. I guess you could say I produced. And yeah, so I learned a lot about cameras mainly.
What was some of the favorite things you filmed this year?
Oh, Kyle McClellan report, 100%. Kyle McClellan report was so good. And Kyle, he's a beauty. Got to give a shout out to Dave Morales. Buddy, you messed with too many of our shots, but I still love you. All right, it's right here in my heart, kid. Love you.
So as you know, Mr. Teeple is retiring. Do you think you'll miss him?
Yes, definitely. I'll miss Mr. Teeple. I only had him twice, once in grade 9 and this year. But he taught me a lot in grade 9 to use like Photoshop and stuff like that and a couple different other programs. And I'm really grateful to have him as a teacher this year. and you know what? I'll miss him even if he is a Kansas City fan.
What's one of your favorite memories of Mr. Teepold?
I'm going to have to say earlier this semester, we were all sitting in class, we all came in, and these construction workers were working on something, and they're up on this ladder. And he just started yelling at us just for fun. And we all knew he was joking, but the construction workers were so nervous, and they were like, are you guys okay, and all this stuff. And we're just laughing our heads off at them because they actually think he's serious, and it was so funny. Yeah.
Well, thank you for being on the show today, John. And considering you talk so highly of the Kyle and McLean report, I think we should show some of the footage. About renovations. This year, they're finally all completed. So I went and took a look at all of them. How about we get started? So our first new renovation on this tour is the brand new tech room. As you can see, we have the same computers, but this room is so much larger. Mr. Teepold, what are you doing? We're filming.
I can't find my 3-hole punch. Do you know where my 3-hole punch is?
No, I don't. It's your office, your room. Keep track. Okay, so now we're gonna go into the studio. What the heck?
Everybody make it bounce. Just bounce to this.
Okay, so I'm not sure what was happening in the studio, but we can move on to the dance. Ignore them. We'll move on to the dance studio next. Okay, so now we're on to the dance studio.
Detach yourself.
Do you mind? We're trying to sleep.
Okay, I'm sorry. Of the external distraction.
So most of the time it's used as a dance room, but I guess Miss Hashy's class is meditating.
In.
Alright.
Hold.
Okay, here's the weight room.
And breathe out.
Oh no.
Someone died!
Johnny!
Well, go, man! Go!
Johnny!
Oh, he's gone. Oh, Junior, let's go. Come on.
Oh, come on.
Let's go!
And here we have the new cosmetology room taught by Miss Smiley. Here, students learn to give facials, learn how to do makeup, and do hairstyles. Here we have a couple students doing manicures, and one of them appears to be getting pampered. And here we have a couple of people getting facials.
You know what, guys? I have no idea who's watching my class right now. I hope it's Miss Urquhart. Oh, that feels really good. This is better than Oasis night, guys. I just want to let you know.
Okay, so after the cosmetology room, we're off to the hospitality room. It was the first reno done to Vanny, and I bet Mr. D is really happy to have it.
Don't let go. Move over, man. God.
Hey, Mr. D, how are you doing?
Hi, good day, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Very good, thanks.
How do you like the new kitchen?
I guess the new kitchen is fantastic, we love it.
And how's the new program going?
The SHSM program is awesome. We have all this brand new equipment. Hey! What are you guys doing? You call that clean?
Yes.
I want this space spotless. I want to be able to see my face in it. Hey, you missed another spot. Call that sweeping?
Like to see you do better. So this is a workshop area. Nothing has changed in here except for the addition of 2 new saws. But if you follow me through this door, we'll go to the new small engines room.
Okay, listen up. With new shop, we get to new rules. Number 1, don't break anything in here! Help! We've been in here for 3 days. Help us! We're going insane. So, due to whatever was going on in those rooms, Alex wasn't able to continue, so we hope that that tour that she gave you was good enough and you now know more about our school.
Those were some excellent points Kyle made.
Yeah, I see why Johnny really enjoyed the Kyle McClellan report and why it was his favorite.
And with that, our show is over. We'd like to thank Mr. Teepold for his 29 years at Vanier. Vanier won't be the same without you, Mr. Teepold.
Thanks for watching the first and last episode of Brainstorm. It's been a blast. Kyle.
Let's watch the sun come up into another town. Try our luck a little further down. Leave the cards on the table, leave the bread on the plate. Put your hand on the gear shift, put your foot off the brake.